Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to give it a moment, some space, time for people to come on. How are you doing today? Whew. I usually plan these things, but for whatever reason, um, something was telling me to come on right now. So I have some cards here, thinking we will pull some of these. If you would like a card pulled, I might kind of do like a collective check in for everyone. So if you are like not able to catch this live, then that's okay. This will be kind of like one of those timeless sort of readings, I guess, if we can say that. Whenever you hear or see this, will be exactly what it needs to be. Let me know in the comments if you would like a card pulled, or let me know how are things going for you. I'm like feeling rather like, I want to say the stressed energy, like just something like bubbling up. Like it's almost like that anxious excitement or anticipation. And yet, like I would say it's leaning towards more of the anxious side for me because of this like my life situation right now. And so I'm not sure what's going on for you. Um, for me in my present moment is like, and I know I'm not the only one because I know other people going through kind of a similar thing. My car has like died. Right as we were going into the Nurses Rising retreat this past weekend, my car died. And now my car is like officially like battery gone. So having to do that, and I'm like left in this place of really a lack of control. Okay. And it's like so uncomfortable. But anyways, I see people are here listening. So if you want a card pulled, let me know in the comments. I'll pull you one. But I've been like sitting now with this energy of like, what does it mean? What does it look like to just really surrender? My partner's been letting me drive his vehicle to take my kid to school and do the things that needed to happen today. And I like had these major learnings just about how I perceive myself within this reality, my hopes of how others I hope will perceive me, and the impact, I guess, that, life sometimes just happens the way it needs to happen to us or for us, might be the better word choice there, so that we can learn to like just open more and more and more. At the bottom of the deck, we have shift, number 9. And so the 9th sphere on the tree of life being tied to Yesod, to that sphere of the womb space. It's like the very astral moon-like energy. I'm going to see if I have I think there's a tree of life in this book somewhere. There's that one. It might be a little small, but I'll show you. I think this is actually Crowley's writing, which is kind of cool if we think about it like that. Right here, Yesod, number 9. So if you were to imagine this is your body, your head at the top here, your feet at the bottom at Malkut, this would be like kind of like your groin, womb space, sacral space. So we have something happening, shifting as a collective. Many people, I was talking with another YouTuber. She does great card pulls. Crystal Claire Visions, I believe, is her channel name. Hopefully going to have her on the Living Magic Occult cast coming up soon. And hey, Andrew, sweet. Feeding cats, ooh, fun. Yeah, it feels different. Life feels different. But she was sharing, she's like, yeah, she was like picking up on like energy of something happening, almost like not in a fearful way, but just more like the need for us to relax, rejuvenate ourselves, and prepare ourselves, because what she touched on that really resonated for me is there's something happening for people, especially folks who maybe haven't really been going into like the personal development work. They maybe they were, and then they like put it aside and life got hectic, it got busy. But I feel like that's kind of what's happening right now. And I've noticed it this week with, there was a day I had like 7 different people reach out to me about wanting to book sessions, do things that I've kind of decided I'm like, I think I'm kind of done with this. I've taken a little bit of a different direction, but a lot of them being like previous clients now stepping in. It's like there's something here about this shift. And Claire was just telling me how, like, she's like, I'm in this place of rejuvenating myself and having a pause because potentially, what's going to happen? Something's coming. There's a lot like moving energetically for people. And it's like a matter of time. This rune symbol on this card, I believe, is supposed to be Dagaz, one of the Norse runes. And that is about like the dawning time, breaking dawn. Ooh, which I would think I just wrote something. It might be in here. I'm going to just look this up. That word came up, I believe, in one of the gematria kind of reviews the other day. I think it was in this book, in my journal. I wrote it. Okay, well, if it comes to me, what was it? But maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday's notes about the Hierophant. One of the words, I believe, that might be tied to like either the intelligence. What was it again? Oh my goodness. I can't remember the name of the intelligence in the Hebrew, but whatever it was, I feel like that word shahar is like dawn or daybreak, and also the night. It can be considered, the word can be translated as black. And so it's just this representation again of like the shifting that happens, the darkness that we sometimes can be in before the big, like, brilliant sunrise, that dawning of the day, a new day from night, the darkest point, right? Hi, Meredith, darling. Meredith, darling. Hello. I hope it's okay I say that. Like, I was thinking about you the other day in my car, even though I was like, kind of just said those words to myself. That's kind of funny. Anyway, Dagaz, this energy of this dawning, and so, and Meredith, okay, you got here on time, 2% battery. It's funny because you said the same thing about your battery the other day as you entered in. And like, my battery has died in my vehicle. And that's what I was going to tell you all. As the mechanic guy came to check everything yesterday, because I seriously feel so blessed. People come into life in our lives. This mechanic came into our life. He like does house calls. He's like the most kindest, gentlest person. He's took the time to come and show up. And he took the battery out of the vehicle and put it down on the floor, and it's just this black box. And instantly in my head, I was like reminded of the concept of Capricorn, of the devil card, which I do not have here, but maybe I can open it up on my phone and show you this concept of the devil card. And the devil card, it's tied to this kind of like Capricornian energy. And Andrew, you probably know, because you're like the genius I feel around like zodiacal astrology stuff. Is Capricorn not also tied to Saturn in some capacity? You can let me know about that if you don't mind. Yes, exactly, Meredith. And that's what I was thinking of, was in Mecca, where they go for the Hajj. So in Islam, they'll travel to Saudi, to Mecca, and they literally walk around this giant, what do they call it? Like Kaaba, is it called? No. Oh my gosh. Don't quote me on that. But there is, if you look a bit, my understanding, at least, in some things, I can't say if it was like overly conspiratorial, but like that black box is representative of Saturn. Okay. Saturn also being tied to the feminine energy up at the top right of like Bina, the mother. There's a darkness, right? We've perceived it as evil, as dark, as bad. But as this black box kind of just sat there, yeah, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Okay, thank you, Andrew. That's what. Thank you so much. Oh, you're a Capricorn. like Capricorn's showing up so much lately. And I assume it's this transition into of Pluto from Capricorn into Aquarius. But I was just like, whoa, like this vehicle and the things that have been happening right now. Now I'm like literally in the perception of being stuck without a car and no control about where I'm going or how I'm going to get around. There was like so much of this energy just being present for me. And over this past week, it's just been like, when I'm driving my car and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, how do I know I'm going to be able to start my car again? Like that to me brings up this level of like anxiety and uncertainty that I'm like, ah. And I think a lot of it can be tied to, the trauma stuff. I talked about this a bit in some of the posts I've been putting out there lately. The Chariot. Ooh. Yeah, it's like, oh, that's interesting, Meredith, that you would say that. I was thinking about how the car is this vehicle for me, but the vehicle that was really truly important for us as humans, as these souls and physical body is that like Merkaba chariot, right? The light body, that which we can use to create, manifest, travel, astral travel, whatever. I just want to show on the card here. So this is the devil card. And look, yeah, there they are attached to the black box of Saturn. Saturn? This energy. And like, there's something about that. I'm excited for us to dive into this card for sure when it comes to it. I don't know. I'm seeing this so much and just seeing how the chains again are around their neck, how they're attached to this black box, and yet the chains are completely loose. They could just lift it up. Like how much fire is needing to be put down on this guy's ass before he's going to take those steps forward? So I don't know what's going on with batteries because, hey, my phone for like the last maybe 3 weeks now is hardly holding a charge. It came a couple times where it's like, it won't let me charge it. I think I figured out now it might be the cord, but even then the battery, like it's just like draining. So what is that, Spirit? What is that energy? This battery energy, the like life force, light source experience, something that we need to know as a collective. And if anyone wants a card pulled, you can let me know. But we have the release card, number 42, 6. So there's like almost like something in our heart space, that sphere of Tiferet being the 6th Sephirah, something that we're being called to let go. And like the first thing that came to my mind around this was really like the emotional aspects, the things that we're holding on to in terms of like how we're feeling, maybe things we've let like upset us, I guess, or anger us. I want to talk here too about, I mentioned, like kind of like the way we're perceiving ourselves or how we want others to perceive. So there's something here, and also the things that no longer serve us. Like, could they take this sword and literally cut the chains off? I don't know, maybe. But like, it doesn't have to be that difficult to let go. Sometimes we can make it more difficult to move beyond emotions or feelings that are kind of going on for us. When it's like, like I'll give an example this morning, and maybe I'll just share this kind of like a trick maybe you can use, or a method that I find helpful, and I found extremely helpful this morning. So I get in my partner's car, which is like an old school vehicle. My car's not that nice, you guys. Like, it's just like a simple vehicle. He like cleaned out his car for me. I love you, babe, if you're watching this. Anyway. And I'm taking my kid to school, and as we're like pulling out of the garage, I'm like, it hit me so hard. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am like so egotistical. I am worried about like what people think of me in a vehicle. like, and I know I'm worried about what people think of me, but like in that moment, it came down to like the most superficial thing. Me driving some mode, a chariot of transportation. Hello, intuitive Tammy. Ooh, I like how I think I know who you are. I like how you changed your name to that. Ooh, I'd never associated the black cube before. Now I won't see that card the same again. Andrew says, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so here I am in this vehicle that all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I'm so humble that I'm like worried about what people think of me. Like I should be blessed or in gratitude for being blessed that I have a vehicle to even drive now that my car is like out of the works. Out of the works. Like it's been literally like a day and a half that I actually can't drive it. And that feel like it was like a weird kind of gross energy that I felt with this realization. And so, first step with releasing whatever it is, if it's emotions, if it's thoughts, if it's beliefs, is simply in like shadow work world, it's like we name it. We just call it what it is. We don't try to stuff it down or ignore it or be like, oh no, I'm not, I am humble. Like it was like I had to like literally acknowledge it. So I acknowledged it to myself and then I actually spoke it to my kid because, sometimes I'll do that. Not every time. I think we have to be mindful to who or to whom and how we go about sharing and like the time in which we share. It was a very spontaneous thing, but I'm like, this isn't that heavy, but it feels heavy and I'm just going to name it. And I feel like it's going to be a good teaching moment for my kid as well. And so I just said it to her about like, oh, this feeling of like, what are people thinking of me because of what vehicle I drive? And like, really, I don't want that. Like to me, my evolved, completely heart-centered, oh, there's a siren there, open self would not worry or think about that. It's not important. Like material objects, material items are really not important in the grand scheme. And so I named it and then I like turned the corner and I kept driving and I was like, oh, this feeling now. So this next step you can take is this next thing that I did. And it's simply using a question and like a clearing statement. And in access consciousness, which is kind of like one of the modalities I've studied or learned, taking part in, we use something called a clearing statement. And the clearing statement usually follows an actual release statement, which can sometimes like is often stated in a question. Because when we ask a question, we're kind of asking the universe, hey, like show me the answer. I'm open to interpretation. I'm open to the possibilities of what exists out there. I might not know it all inside, but that's okay. And so, I might not have asked this exact question, but it was something like, okay, in all the way, what are all the ways in which I have held this belief or assumption of like what others think of me as a truth? And anything and everything that is, I destroy and uncreate times a godzillion, and then we just state this like I'm destroying it. So you can state that however you want. Like if a thought or some pattern, a belief, an emotions showing up, and you're like, oh my goodness, like, okay, that like anger and resentment I'm feeling, which is one that's definitely been showing up a lot lately, I'd say. It's like, oh, I feel you. And like, whatever that is, I destroy and uncreate it. And we're not destroying and uncreating it so that we can ignore it. It's just like, I'm choosing different. I'm choosing a different path. Whatever stories, whatever beliefs, whatever patterns that I've lived where that becomes like the first choice, I'm going to just kind of like put a whoop to it and I'm going to start to choose something different. But so we state that like kind of releasing of like, whatever that is, I destroy and uncreate it all now, times a godzillion. And then we say the clearing statement, which has kind of changed since when I took like an access class, but it's like good, bad, right, wrong, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. So that is like mumbo jumbo. But the reason my analysis, I'm sure maybe Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here, whatever their names are, with Access Consciousness have some reasoning. similar to this, but it's like when we state that releasing or state that kind of clearing statement and then say the good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, pole bads, and beyonds, it's like we're like switching our brain out of the analyzing section, and putting it into the like possibility section. That's how I interpret that. So we're not thinking of how are we going to cut that, where and what needs to be released and cut. It's just like, so you could even like state, I release and I want to destroy and uncreate anything that's tied to these feelings of unworthiness. Like just start exhaling multiple times. Like, I don't care what you do. You could like stomp your feet on the ground. Do something that gets you out of like the mind and into maybe the body or into like another aspect. That's like kind of simply what I would say. So yeah, if anyone wants cards pulled, let me know, please, in the comments. I'm sorry if anyone said that. Community members kind of get the first step bet, and then it's first bet. First choice. I don't know what word that would be, you guys. But yeah, this is available to anyone. So have the courage, you guys. Have the courage as a collective for this week. 37 we have here. And it's interesting because in the tree of life, 37, we could reduce it to 10, right? 7 plus 3 is 10, which would equal down to the bottom sphere or Sephirah, which is Malkut, the kingdom. That's the one at your feet. But what happens is if we take 10 and put 1 plus 0, we get 1, which is the top crown, Keter, right? The crown. And in Jacob's ladder, the bottom sphere is the top sphere of the next tree. And so, and the energy itself on the tree is thought sometimes to have been created through this lightning bolt energy. It takes courage to create. It takes courage to step through almost that tower moment of what's going on right now, this destruction and this shift of our existence. Okay. Hi, the Order of the Divine Cosmic Mother. I like that. For sure, I'll pull you a card. Oh, so yeah, I guess I don't really know why I was told to come on here. I was literally about to edit a video, do some other kind of relaxing things, and I just felt that energy of like intensity and stress, and I wanted to share with you, I guess, some cards and whatever messages wanted to come. And it seems like we're being told to release and to trust the process, trust that even the black darkness that it is happening right now, whether you're stranded without a vehicle or if you're like, whatever that is, it could be really dark. It could be like way less superficial than what I've explained to you. What maybe is calling you to release so that you can step more into your power, into courage for the next step that's coming inevitably. And I want to say it's November 15th. I don't know what's happening November 15th. It must be the full moon, is it not? It is the full moon on November 15th. What is that full moon? If anyone knows, is that a Aries? Is that a what comes after Aries? Oh my gosh. You guys, yeah. Anyways, someone tell me because my brain's not working right now, if you would like. Okay, Order of the Divine Cosmic Mother. You have the card Grounded, number 22, which is, I think, is the justice path. Ooh, Andrew will pull you a card for sure. Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear you got in a car accident. Yeah, what the fuck's going on with the vehicles? Oh, sorry. Hope you're okay. Well, you're grounded too. What the fuck? Okay, I'm just putting it like maybe. I don't know if you had a vehicle. Your car now is out in the shop. I'm not sure what's going on about this, but this is happening for a reason. You're being asked, and it's interesting. It is Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Okay, so we have a new moon and a full moon in Taurus on November 15th. Very earthy. Fixed earth, fixed earth, grounded. It's interesting, Divine Cosmic Mother, that you would get the anchor on this card because I mentioned something to you about the mother. The Divine Mother is Binah. It's that sphere number 3 on the tree of life. at the top of the pillar of severity. And I feel like it's a great example of what I was just saying. Like, you know, that mother energy is dark and it's severe and it can be intense. It's ruled by Saturn. It's got this like teaching in her like discipline. And so if things are showing up for you over the next little bit that seem really, you know, it's almost like, oh my God, can we just get a break? Like, I hope, I want to invite you just to lean into the mother energy, because she is like that disciplinarian, and she's also like a gentle, nurturing, loving, like the water itself is that. And I want to say, I'm noticing heavily the cross within it, the phallic image of the cross in this image, but they also have it topped with the feminine, like circular image. So there's something here about that compassion and that balance, because 22, I'm pretty sure, is path 22 is the justice card. There's something there too about like a balanced sort of energy that's going on within both. Yeah, all the kids in it too. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay. Oof. Dark and light. Yeah, there's something here. I'm going to pull another card for you. Just another card. I love the color of this card, grounded. Have you ever heard of that Sarah Kali? She's like considered like Jesus's son or daughter. Well, you kind of have two cards here, so I'll just show them. Anyways, I'm seeing that because like usually it would be like a heart on top of a cross with an anchor, just because of her story. That Holy Grail energy. There's something really like, there's like a really deep mystical teaching, I think, here for you. Sarah Kali, I believe is what you call her. You have transformation with the butterfly. So an alchemical energy and trust, which is just an interesting card. I don't think I've ever pulled it. It's again, we got like this polarity energy. It's like the light emerging from the dark. The cocoon, the butterfly coming out of the caterpillar going into the cocoon, coming out of butterfly. Can you see whatever's going on right now, divine cosmic mother, as this like a birthing portal, like literally like the cocoon, you going inside. And you know, I myself am like, hey, it's interesting, this stuff's happening, and I'm also now feeling all the plans that I had planned for the coming weekend, maybe I need to just like cancel and let myself be within the space, which can be hard, you know, and sometimes we can't always do that because we still have to live life, but trust something there. Okay, Tammy, I see you also want some cards. So we'll Andrew, Tammy, but I also want to just check up some number games because you guys know I love the numbers. So Order of the Divine Cosmic Mother. I'm going to just check some numbers here, and I'm also going to write down names so that I know who's in what order. Okay, what numbers do we have here? I need a calculator. Well, I don't need a calculator. I'm choosing to use the calculator. 19, 16, whoops, 19, 16, 22. So we have 57. And now I'm going to go and just look up that number here. Number 57. I'm going to just tell you some words, okay? Cosmic Mother. Destruction is the first word that shows up on the list, by the way. Destruction to me is that Bina energy of the mother. Another word that just stood out, flowing waters. It was the name, I think, of a city in Reuben, whatever that is. We have lizard. We have confinement or prison. And then the next two words I'm seeing here, phrases, was one's to be prominent and one's to be manifested. So whatever that is, okay? And then it's saying your grant, family prosperity. Maybe you're going to come into some wealth. I really do feel like a lot of people are going to be coming into like some like significant wealth, which is super cool. So being in this place and trusting the process for you, divine cosmic mother. and appreciate you being here. Yeah. I pulled the same thing in my reading. Oh, cool. I think I might have already read that. I don't know if I spoke that, but the transformation. Thank you so much for confirming. Yeah, there's something. I love the orange in this too. Anyways, yeah, I think that's all I have to say for you, Order of Divine Cosmic Mother. Appreciate you being here. And I guess I should say too, folks, if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoyed this conversation, you want more, obviously, subscribe, come back, do your thing. I hope to see you again. And yeah. Oh, yeah. Subscribe. You'll see. I'm coming out with a book next week. I'm excited to share that with you all. It's how to work with the divine names of God, the 72 names of the Shem HaMephorash. And, I was thinking about it before we get into your card pulls, Andrew. I was just thinking like, oh my gosh. I feel like my life has been like super great, and it's also been super challenging. And maybe like I should say, or could say, challenging in different ways. I'm like bumping against different edges. And as I like was coming out with the book, and I'm like attempting to word things in a way that encourage people to check it out and like feel inspired to also explore that world, which really to me has been transformational. I was like, oh, but like also there's like so much stuff that it's like, would that have happened if you had done any of this? And I guess it's like a coming again to the balance, that like Justice Libra energy of good and bad, light and dark. It's like this life is going to have challenges. And personally, I'd rather feel more empowered to face the challenges and to like level up, instead of what happens for many people is they repeat the exact same challenges over and over and over. Oh my God, the victim story again. It's like the same conflicts with the same people, or it becomes new people and at the same degree because they haven't put the time and effort in to create the change that they want. And what I feel about this Pluto Aquarius energy that's going to be happening in January is like, if you don't do it, like, like that's just my view. So you might as well get on board now and start creating the change that you want to create, because it's inevitable. I hope that's encouraging you to go check out the book. But seriously, it's been really cool. It's been really healing to do that work. So let's see what Andrew Arcana, our astrology master, has. That's what I'm going to start calling you. Can you put that in your name? Andrew Arcana, astrology master. You can put AM if like you don't like astrology master. But I'm grateful that you were here. Ooh, fire. Number 27. 9. So we're linking again to Yesod. So I want to invite you, Andrew, that fire breath. The fire breath is simply inhale. Well, you could even imagine it like this might be more helpful, but it's like inhaling, holding in, and exhaling. So inhaling, holding in, and exhaling. And repeating that and letting it charge up your energy. I feel like you said something initially at the very top, if it'll let me scroll. Life feels different lately, hopefully in a good way. It's like we're like stepping more into like our power. And I feel like for you, that's definitely it. Like I'm almost like seeing this literally inside of your like torso, kind of like your abdomen, sort of like it would be like the apex, right? This top point of the triangle would be like right at your heart space. And then it kind of goes to your hips, but it encases your whole like abdomen. And the confidence that is required within that. I feel like it's almost like there's a healing. If there's been something with your gut or your like abdomen and digestion, I feel like there's something that with this fire breath that might also help that. Okay. Come on, cards. What else do we want to say about Andrew Arcana? I think this is another red card. Oh, boundaries. Oh, 26. It's like literally the card right after it. That's kind of trippy. Anyways, like, yeah, it's almost like, it's interesting you said you were feeding your cats too before. There's like something that the cat energy, I guess, can show you. Like we know, like a cat, so gentle and like purr, meow, rub up against you, and then like, I've had enough, like, fuck off, right? Like that's what cats do. I feel like this is kind of like tying into that energy, like the fire charging and supporting you, giving you the confidence, transmuting the things, but also giving you this energy of like protection so that you have the courage to like create the boundaries. And I just feel like maybe even like really witnessing your cats, these cats, if they're yours or not, around how are they and how can you like embody that energy right now. I feel like we have to pull one more because the 3 came out before. So we'll just do one more. Most of what I know about astrology is how it connects to tarot. Very much of this has been on point tonight. Cool. I've been working on faith. I like that. Divine Cosmic Mother. I feel like that's Sarah Lockholly if you read much about the story anyway. Okay, what else is this? What else is this for Andrew? Just give us one more card, angels, or whatever you are. Whatever you are. I don't even know who guys. Ooh. Oh, this card has like writing on the back, which is kind of bizarre. 20, Divinity. Ugh, I love this card because it shows us right in the middle. Oh, you can't see it, but we have the Babylon star. I'm going to get it. That 7-pointed star is in the middle, right? But it's beyond just this. It's beyond just the 7-pointed internal star. It's showing the whole reach out of that energy. So wherever maybe, Andrew, you've like perceived the things you've done, which Babylon to me, that 7-pointed star is kind of like the whore energy. She's like everything, but she's like the one that's been deemed as like negative. It's like even in the negativity, it's streamed out and it's like birthed this beautiful, like vibrant star. It's made ripples out into the world. So even, because this jaguar energy is also to me, jaguar, that's what I would call it, is like, maybe it's a cheetah. It's very like, oh my God, I lost my train of thought there. But like sometimes if we say no and create a boundary and create a bit of this, like, I want to say a resistance or a counter, like opposition, it can create something really beautiful elsewhere. We might not see it. Like it's beyond you to have to see it. So if you have said words or made choices recently or like closed someone out or done something like that, and maybe you're having a bit of like a guilt, like, oh, maybe I was too mean or rude or like whatever. It's like, just trust, I guess, that there's a reason for that. This divinity, it's like the divine plan. Now I have to write the word divine plan on my paper for some reason. Anyway, okay, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. If anyone else watching would like cards pulled, let me know. For now, we're going to check Andrew's gematria with these cards. So we have 73. We're getting again 7-3 down to 10, which could also be seen as a 1, right? So I am going to just check that 73. Okay. Some of the words that are sticking out: to pray, to seek, circle, in brackets or in quotations, they have a proper noun called has saddened. I was just saying how like maybe we hurt someone, maybe we saddened someone, or like something has happened within the thing. It says here something, a word that corresponds to the brains of Adam Kadmon, which is kind of like the original man, if I'm not mistaken, in the Kabbalistic path. But I've never heard of that. The brains, kind of referencing Chokmah, the sphere of wisdom, the second sphere. And then the other words here, we have a sickle. So a sickle, kind of like that release card, almost like there's something here going on, cutting of, releasing of, whatever, relationships or something like that. So yeah, Andrew, I hope you can tap into that fire within, that fire breath, trust the process, have fun with the cats, embody that energy as you continue to set boundaries. Most of what I read that one. Okay. I'm gonna look her up. I love both versions of that star. Oh my God, guys, catching up here. Okay, Clarely Divine. Hi, Clarely. Absolutely, I'd love a card pull. P.S. I got the chingles when angels or spirits is near. Maybe it's you. For you. Ooh, cool. I'll pull you a card after. I think we have Tammy first, and then we'll pull some cards for you. Clarely, I like that. Divine. Sweet. Yeah, Andrew, I appreciate you being here. It's been a while. Oh, I'm saddened because I feel like a lot of the folks that were here originally have, I know things are changing energetically. It's like people are coming and going, we're shifting, we're going to be in and out of each other's lives. That's the beautiful thing about the internet, really. Yeah, it's like, oh, these relationships of people who were there at the beginning. It's so cool to see you again. Tammy too, it's like, oh, a lot of you have been here since the start of my experience here. So I appreciate you all. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Tammy. Let's get some cards for you. Intuitive Tammy. There's beams of lights on you. Did you do that, or is that just what I'm seeing? Yeah, I think it's like God being like, oh, it's the aliens are coming. Who here thinks aliens are going to be up anytime soon? Like, you can tell me that in the comments if you feel comfortable. Okay, Tammy, you got the growth card. I'm just going to keep shuffling here. Ooh, a nice spiral with number 15. Ooh. Focus. Yeah, like the thing that's just coming through, Tammy, and I mean, maybe I'm kind of being indifferent or biased because I kind of know you. It's like, I feel like there's something really big with business stuff for you. And I see you like really branding, I guess, creating what it is you want to create. What's something else maybe that we just need to identify here for Tammy, though? That's interesting. That card would come. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me just show you these two first, and then I'll show you that one. So you had the growth card at 15. So there's something really, you've been like reaching out, you're expanding out, you're birthing, experiencing. This is going to continue, and you're really being reminded to focus. I feel like this is probably ideal because it's almost like this is like shooting into the target. What is that like growth plan? Where is it you're seeing yourself going, Tammy? Like, what do you have a written down business plan or like these things? And it doesn't have to be like as formal as a business plan. It can be even just like putting down your goals, hopes, and a vision board, or like numbers down, because I feel like it's going to really help you with creating this focus to manifest. In addition, though, it's interesting that the talisman card came out. I'm not sure. Maybe the key represents something to you, Tammy. You can, take what you will of that. But the thing that came as soon as this card flipped was like, and I saw the word talisman, was building a talisman. I don't know what you do around magical practice. A vision board is in a way a talisman. but I feel like you can even get deeper if you tune into the astrological, zodiacal energies, planetary energies, the angels, all the things. And I'm gonna do the gematria to see, maybe there'll be something there for you that you can tap into. I'll be very curious, actually. So bear with me. 15, 24, 31 is 70. And clearly divine says they are already here. They are the aliens. Star seeds, where you at? Yeah. I know it's funny. We were at our retreat the other weekend, we were talking and the people are sharing kind of ghost stories, alien stories. And I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you. But I do think there's like way more. My partner and I have been like on a little kick with all the fun alien-y things lately. And I'm like, wait, why is this happening? Like, anyway, okay, Tammy, let's see. You have number 70. Ooh, 70 equals Ayin, which is the eye, which is the devil card. So Capricorn, we got there. Key 15. Okay. You could literally meditate on that letter, Ayin, which I'm going to shittily draw for you here. And hopefully you can see it. Ayin means the eye. It's tied to the devil card. Okay. Third eye. Funny how you're intuitive, Tammy. Okay. So I'm just gonna, some other things that are kind of showing up here. Yah is Lord, is the name. I think it might kind of be related to Adonai, if I'm reading the Hebrew correctly. Some items that you might want to like somehow incorporate into this talisman or thing that you're building. Well, the devil card, the letter Ayin. Maybe draw an eye. There's also you use the word Yah, Y-A-H, which is like the divine name of God. It's the divine name in God, I believe, in Chokmah, the second sphere. So a lot of like wisdom, that's kind of like the force, the masculine force energy that creates things as well. There's also the word wine, so like literally like wine to drink, and cheese or curdled milk. So maybe there's something about cheese and wine that you can incorporate into this talisman, this energy that's going to help manifest. If you do any type of like ritual or magic, here, like as you all may or may not know, hi Monica, hi there. Yeah, we're getting into fun. If you'd like a card pulled, let me know. Okay, but like Tammy, yeah, and many of you might know, some of the stuff I talk about here is like different types of magical practices. It could be tied to the god names. It could be tied to, Luciferian things. It could be tied to all sorts of things. I don't know. It's like the world's our playground, right? But Tammy, for you, depending on your comfort level, I feel like there's a lot happening in my head right now. Like, it could be as simple like magic is what you make of it. A talisman doesn't have to look like, I don't know if there's an example in this book. All my books are upstairs right now, pretty much. I guess there's books behind me, but like a talisman doesn't have to look so complicated with all the like, Hebrew and the Greek and the Latin and the whatever other words and languages or symbols that are on it. You can make it what you want, and you can make the ritual what you want, but maybe this cheese and wine, even if you don't drink alcoholic wine, you could just really deliberately set out a time to pour yourself that glass, have some like rich dairy wines, which I believe from where you are, there's probably really great, yummy ones. And use that to create the container in which then you work on this talisman of your business, this representation. That's what a talisman is. It's a representation of some magical thing. I'm showing you this, not showing you what it's from, because I think that's illegal. Example, talisman. Doesn't have to be that complicated. It can be whatever you want it to be. But I feel like wine and cheese, using that divine name of Yah, which is funny how it would be countered with Ayin in the devil card. There's something that's going to like open up for you, Tammy. So do what you will with that. Okay. Is there anything else before we go on to clearly divine? La 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 la. I want to just say too, if energy is moving, Tammy, where you want to cry, you want to lament, just let that flow. I feel like that's something I just need to say. So yeah, thank you for being here as always. Ooh, okay. Monica, did I write your name down? No, but we'll get to you after clearly divine. They're putting commercials in your live, FYI. Oh, really? Yeah, oh God. I think there might be a way for me to select not to, but usually it would pop up on my screen to skip a commercial, but it hasn't done that actually. Thanks for letting me know about that. Divine Cosmic Mother. I see you a lot like me. Spirit says my family, soul family. Well, nice to meet you. I'm Jessica. Hi, Jessica. I channel higher light energies named Clearly. I'm an earth angel, just here to be me. Cool. Hi, Diana Boss. How did I... Oh, you send little dolphins. That's why. Yeah, I'll add your name to it. Okay, let's go here. I gotta go like this. Oh, the post-it notes are happening, you guys. Diana Boss. Okay. So yeah, to those of you new, I'm not, maybe don't know all of you. If you would like to stay informed and connect again, obviously subscribe. And to those of you who just enjoy the things that I do and you feel like supporting, maybe you want to join the membership. It's been lots of fun. I share some other things inside there that I just oftentimes will hold kind of more sacred than publicly posting. And then you also have access, depending on the membership, to some of the other coursework, like the path working through the Tree of Life. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Clearly Divine or Jessica, you have the full moon card first. I'll show it to you, number 29. So I mentioned the full moon, the 15th of November. That's coming up. I don't know what's happening. I know now there's a full moon, but like there's something big. There's so many music artists coming out with new albums that day. I'm going to be moving that day. There's people who've told me things. They're like, yeah, November 15th. And I'm like a big changes with their work, like things like that are happening. So, Jessica, I feel like for you, these next, I guess 3 weeks now, because next week, Friday will be the new moon. There's something there coming for you. Let's see. What is that, though, Spirit? Just Clearly Divine. Ooh, past life. Okay, you have a few. Okay, I'm going to use those 2 cards because, okay, I'm just going to use those 3 cards because it seems fitting. Need like another camera so you can all see. I'm going to lift them up. I just got to write this down. Hi, electrical girl. Okay, did I not say that the past life thing was this past month's new moon? Was that not what I said? But like, it's interesting. Okay, you got 4 cards that came out here, Jessica. But it's like this. Oh my God, that's so awkward. And it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me that new life is on the other side of the past life. And look how you got, the wrong card. Look how you got the moon up here in the pyramid past life card. New life, past life, both of them being like Egypt related, which to me is a really important thing. So I don't know what your relationship is to Egypt or something. You're telling me Earth Angel. Like, I don't know what things you experience. But yeah, I feel like something will really like be showing up for you around this. And what I wanted to say is if there's like fear around that, Ugh, I might cry because I had something happen this weekend, and maybe this will resonate with you or not. We were doing a breath work, and in the breath work, basically what was showing up was a past lifetime that I have had. And I would consider it, the first time I learned about this lifetime was during like a dark lifetime, like shamanic journeying. Okay. And it was horrific because like there I was, this Egyptian priest, everything's going great. It was amazing. And then the next family took over, and my family was like brutally murdered in front of me. And then I was murdered. And I witnessed that to the point of like I literally was choking on water in my lungs. So sorry if that's too much information. But what happened during the breath work this past weekend was this remembering of that and this healing that occurred around literally the gods, oh my God, Neteru of the Egyptian like pantheon were standing there around me and basically telling me like, get over it, get over the thing that happened. Look what you have now and what you've created. And it was like such a release for me. But I feel like for you, Jessica, there's something here with this protection card that came out. It's interesting. It's number 1 too, right? Yeah, number 1. This, has a very heavy, like, to me, this symbol is like a Norse symbol. There's this protection that I feel like maybe if you have fears around past life stuff, if you have fears showing up around like remembering things around past life, because it could be overwhelming. Like I shared that experience. I was crying. I felt anger towards like these gods that were showing up. And I was like, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. Look what you did. Or rather, look what you allowed happen to the people that I loved. And I feel like if there's something around this that like shows up for you, it's okay to be in the fear and all that. Really, you're being reminded to tap into the protection methods that you know. It might be as simple as drawing this symbol as well. I remember once I drew the like Norse symbol of like, I think they say the seafarers would use it. It kind of looks like this, but each of the ends of the compass are a different shape. I drew that on my hand. Had this period of time where I felt like I needed to do that, and it like was like a portal that opened. So I don't know. I'm just sharing that with you. There's something about a portal. Maybe there's something about that needs to happen for you so that you can open up this like high sacred space around the full moon and wake up to this new life, this balanced life, which is what the Ankh is really, right? The masculine and the feminine. We already talked about those, the circle with the cross. I'm going to do the numbers. And I see there's so many comments. Okay, Andrew, it's been letting me skip the ads. Level up, level up, level up, and a partner. Let it be, let it be. Are you an Aquarius? Divine Cosmic Mother asks. Why do you ask that? The helm of all is the symbol. It's very powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Divine Cosmic Mother. I was watching Harriet today, and I kept thinking I need to release this past life pain of being enslaved. My child was taken from me, and today in life, I fight for my child. Ooh, okay. I don't know what Harriet is. Is that your child? Maybe? Okay, I'm going to just do the numbers here before I speak anything of what you just wrote. So we got 14, 29, 1, and 4, 48. Let us see what Bill Heydrich has to say. 48. Okay. To be high is the very first one. To rise upwards, to tower, greatness. God's good luck. A ruby, a star. Specifically, I think they mean Kokab, which is like the planet Mercury, which also means a prince, which is interesting. I didn't know that. Fat, marrowy, wealthy, noble. And we have the word Egypt. Oh my God. Chem, which also means father-in-law. Swarthy. That's fancy. Okay. So we have a tie here to the fourth sphere of chesed by the name greatness. The fourth sphere of chesed is also, it's on the, like, it's kind of like the sphere of mercy. It's just beneath chokmah. It is a Jupiterian blue energy, which, it says God's good luck. So there's something about that luck. Okay, I don't know. Maybe something else is going to come forward for you on that 15th of November. But it sounds like to me you kind of recognize maybe something around your past life that wanted to show for you. And if you really want to explore that, you can imagine like left shoulder, the blue sphere, a blue circle, blue sphere, Jupiterian energy, really like moving through. So even if you're having things around left shoulder, like pain or whatever, like that might be supportive of that. Harriet Tubman. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Okay, I'll have to check it. A movie. Is there anything else I need to say about this for Jessica? Clearly divine. Just know that like some of the things that we carry in like the womb space, because I'm really being drawn to the circular aspects there, and I'm feeling something in the womb. A lot of that can be ours. It can also be like ancestral. Okay. So like, I guess just maybe really setting a protective energy or a boundary of like, okay, like I don't need to heal like my mother's stuff necessarily. She can do that. Or if she didn't do it now, she can do it in her next lifetime. Especially around like anything like, trauma related around that, I guess, because it can get heavy that way. Is just, what I want to say to that. I think that's all I have to say, Jessica, clearly divine. I appreciate you being here. That's my left shoulder tingle. So, left shoulder is with that Jupiter energy. And I love how it's the blue and the new life after everything. Like, this is a portal you're entering into. So whatever shows up, I have some like Egyptian meditations and things here on the channel. Maybe you want to check out, like the Sekhmet one might be interesting for you. The Thoth one, everyone seems to enjoy that one. I do like the Thoth one, don't get me wrong. Just speaking that, maybe it's something you want to check. But thank you for being here. Nice to have you join in. Okay, Monica, let's get some cards for you. Where are you, Monica? There you are. It's your little image. Oh, it's like a little Tinkerbell. Okay. How long have I been on here? An hour. Okay. Ooh, that's funny, Monica. Here she is. I say she. I assume you're a she. I shouldn't assume. Ugh. Truth. I want to say like truth and reconciliation, which is interesting. We have like that. Let's do that again. We have that feather of Ma'at on it, is what I'm seeing. So balance. If you are going through a legal thing, you don't need to worry, Monica. That's not for you to determine, okay? Like, I just feel like, maybe you are, because I feel like Spirit's like, like things are going to work out for you. Ooh. Oh, we got two right there. Soulmate and relief. Oh, it's interesting. I'm glad I picked up these cards, you guys, because I haven't really like used them too much. And there's a lot of cards coming out that I haven't seen before. Okay, just a minute, Monica. I'm going to get into this. Clearly, thank you so much. Love and light. Oh, yes. I connected to the answers. I keep trying to heal my mom, whole family. I was raped. That's the child I'm fighting for. Wound. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. You got this. You got this. Just feeling it, Jessica, feeling it. We are powerful healers, women, people, whoever you are. I think everyone here has the connection to the feminine in some capacity, whether you identify as a woman or not. But Monica, the thing, so like, I don't know, like the thing that I wanted to say is, do you have like a twin flame thing? If this is the soulmate card here, maybe you were like in a relationship with somebody you thought was a soulmate, and that's kind of leading to some like shit and like a justice legal stance or something. Or maybe you just feel like they owe me something. But I'm getting the sense it's like a legal thing, and you have the relief card here. Okay. I guess like what I'm kind of just getting the sense of is whether or not that person is for you or was for you. Like, look how the hearts are kind of like linked, but in opposition. About twin flames. Yeah, like, oh God, twin flames. Sorry. That's why I'm going to have that other lady come on the podcast, Occult Cast, soon, and hopefully talk about it, because I have my own views about what that is. I think we can have relationships with people that we felt really connected with. It doesn't have to be a man and a woman or like an intimate relationship like that. It can be friends, right? Soulmates can be friends. People that we see or we have seen eye to eye, and then like there's something else that starts to happen. Because the purpose of like a twin flame, the concept of a twin flame, I should say, is that it was like it's a soul that comes and then it gets split into like a masculine and a feminine. And then those two souls meet every lifetime as like teachers, so almost like catalysts. But oftentimes what happens in the twin flame relationship is there's like this wounded healer, and there's like, some would say it's the narcissist and the empath, or it's like, I think the terms they'll use in a lot of it is like the chaser and the runner. And people get caught up in this idea of like, oh my God, I really need the love and relationship so that everything will be good. And this could be in other people's relationships too. Like, you know what I mean? Like we might, like if everyone was good, then it would be okay. But it's like, we can't hold up on that. I think that's why these hearts are like in reverse. With each other. And the relief card, it's interesting because I'm seeing it as like a crossroads of like, if once we can release the attachment to what the relationship was or could be, the truth's going to come out about it. But there'll be a relief. There'll be like ease and flow. It's like you're at this crossroads of like maybe not wanting to choose like a side, because it's hard, right? Like we believe what we want to believe. The other person or people might believe what they want to believe. And we don't know how we can like reconcile that. Like I said, I started with truth and reconciliation, but it's like, can you just like let go of any of it? This image of the feather Ma'at to me is like, in the Egyptian myths, it's like when you go to the afterlife, you have your heart weighed on a scale against this feather. And if your heart's heavier, then you've been a bad person. Because this is the gist of it. But if it's lighter, then you've been like a good-hearted person. So there's a lot of stuff here with the heart I'm seeing. I'm going to look up the number here. Twin flame relationship sounds like lots of drama. It is. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I read it. Okay, I read that. I don't know. Would love to know. Twin flame. My parents do have legal issues. I'm single. Absolutely. This is what I heard. Chaser and runner. I'm on a crossroads. Okay. Oh, your parents have legal issues. Okay. Well, however that's going for you, I don't know your situation. Like all these experiences of relationships are like mirrors for us to learn. And even if you're not in a relationship now, perhaps this is like coming, but the learnings now is some way in which you can like come to understand how you want to approach your relationship when it's time or when you feel called to be in that. I'm going to just look up the number 86, which is the gematria that came up. When we combine all those numbers. To bake. The gods and goddesses. The rulers. The Elohim specifically. Double cake. Okay, I don't know, do you bake? Because there's definitely something about baking. Hmm. And then we have the words to tangle together, which is the same word as anoint, or to anoint, which is interesting. So, like, I don't know how you're seeing your parents. Do you put them on like a pedestal? Do you like serve them almost like things in a certain way? I don't know. Yeah, or maybe you have to if you bake or something, or you're feeling called to bake. Maybe that's something you want to consider doing. I don't. That's kind of confusing to me, to be honest. The other option would be like, because as I saw this and I see this crossroads energy, I think of like one of the rituals I did with one of the Ifa from like the Yoruba tradition was like literally you go to find a crossroads and you leave offerings there. And there's a whole process to it. It was actually very interesting because I didn't realize how hard it would be to find a crossroads where I could quietly, without interruption, do this ceremony. But I wonder if there's some way you can take the things that you're experiencing, whatever the energies are, if it's even prayers for your parents or whatever they're going through, and lift that up. If it is love that you want to connect with someone in a way that just feels really like soulmatey, like really connected, that you are aligned and you work in like a beautiful harmony together, maybe that's something to offer. Okay. When we make offerings like that from scratch out of food or whatever, we're baking things, cooking things, even for our ancestors, like that's really a positive experience overall. What other words here? Well, you have abundance. We have Saturn as an image or idol. That's interesting. Okay. Go back. Have lots of heartbreaks. Like I always help people out of the way, but no one is there for me. Sorry about that. Maybe you need to bake something for yourself. Remember, you're looking for a soulmate. To find love, we have to love ourselves. We have to be that loving, caring person with us. That's ultimately, I can tell you, I don't know, was I in a twin flame relationship or not? Was it a false flame or whatever they call it? All I can say is that I have so much gratitude for that past relationship because it taught me how to love myself and step into my personal power. Instead of expanding or reaching out for others all the time to do that for me. I'm not perfect. I'm sure my partner now would be like, but all I can say is it gets better and better and better. So do what you will with those words, Monica. You have some things, and over the next couple of weeks, I would just say, see what synchronicities show up for you, what words resonate or not, and follow those as like breadcrumbs. Okay. Yeah. I'm on that now. Started loving myself, putting myself first. Ooh, yeah, I like that. That's the ultimate relationship. Okay. I was going to make a sex joke, but anyways, I won't do that because I don't know how old everyone is. Anyways, I appreciate you being here, Monica. Thank you. All the best. Happy baking, if you so choose. Maybe you go to a bakery. That'd be fun. Anyways, okay. Diana Boss. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, I am pretty awesome. Sometimes I can be an asshole, but that's okay. I'll take awesome today. Diana Boss, and then Electrical Girl. Diana Boss. Ooh, you got the fire card too. That just went flying out. Is your name Diana Boss because like Diana Ross? Oh my God. Oh, weird. You got the focus card too. What cards fell down here? Oh, there's too many. Let's do it again. Fire, focus, which is like a will thing here we got going on for you. You're planning to bake a cake. Oh, fun, Monica. Well, then there you go. Find the joy within it. Share it. Okay, just give us one more card. Can you? Seriously? Oh, okay. Give us one more card. Okay, here's a monster that comes out. Shadow. The shadow. It's going to go like this. Ugh, I need more hands. Why don't I have like 10 hands here, people? Focus, fire, shadow. You're really going through like a transformational energy right now of the shadow energy. It might be very intense. Fire is intense. It also gives us light and food and warmth. So I feel like you're being called to like have some type of perception shift around the shadow aspect, Diana Boss. You know, the shadow work can be really a challenge. It can be uncomfortable. We might not like what we have to see or explore, but it can be so, it's transformative. It makes things brighter in the end. We have more than just certain parts on our team. We get to bring the whole part, the whole you to the team of your existence. In alchemy, there's that whole concept of like, you know, well, we could just call it the dark night of the soul. And sometimes those like shadow parts might try to take us off the focus of our long-term goals or dreams, but it's not really like you can't miss the mark. Okay. Maybe you've had like a lot of like growing up, I want to say the word sin, like this idea that like the things you've done are negative or sinful in like the eyes of God. Sin, my kid might come in, by the way. I can hear him walking. This sin means to miss the mark. So it's not like you do something bad that like gets you in trouble with God, you go to hell. It means to miss the mark. It means to engage in just a minute, love. I'm on a live.
Really?
Yeah.
Display?
Yeah. Well, you're on your phone call.
Can I walk in?
Well, then everyone's going to see you if you want. I don't know who these people are. But I'll come out soon. I have one other person after this. This is my child, by the way. She's going to come and say hello now. Oh, wow.
Can I go on the TV for a little bit?
Just un moment. Okay, thanks, Ed.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, what was I saying there? Missing the mark. So there is, yeah, she's so cute. And I guess I could tell you all, like, we just found out that, well, I mean, I just told her today, but we've won tickets to go and see Taylor Swift. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to go and spend time watching Taylor Swift. Manifested. There's something about visualization. I just need to tell you people, we're never missing the mark. We're constantly like, you know, moving things forward. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah. I felt happy because it's like, look what I got to like put into motion. Focus. And maybe this is why this is all coming up now. There's nothing wrong or evil, Diana Boss, that shows up. It's just things that help us to learn about ourselves, because that arrow is going to go shooting wherever it needs to. And I think I shared this before. I think personally, the reason that we like won, you know, that whole experience was I did something different in like my manifestation. And this might be a little secret key. It's not a secret because I'm about to tell you, but like the difference was usually when I'm thinking about the things I want, wanting to visualize, you know, it's like I'm just focusing on the good. Like, oh, that thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 But what I did different with this experience, you guys, was there was one time where I was like, it was actually the last time I think I visualized. And then maybe it was the next day or day later, I got the call. It was like I was feeling and seeing myself. I could feel myself being bumped up against by all these like annoying kids and like crazy Swifties and entering in and out of a coliseum or wherever the thing is. And I was like, if you know my partner, I like this is the one we love going to shows, watching musicians, artists, people perform. But it's like the thought of having to be around all the people and like that. But that's what came to my mind. And I attribute winning to that, to my willingness to be with the uncomfortable energy that was there. The thing I didn't want started to be a thing that I was like, I don't want that, but like I want what's going to be attributed to it. Does that make sense? So the arrow was like trying to like, it's almost like if the arrows, so this is the goal. Oh my God. This is how my mind works. This is the goal. This is like Taylor Swift concert. This is where you're standing, Diana. Okay. And so imagine whatever this goal is that you want, this thing is experience, whatever, and you're here. And it's like, okay, well, you could go like this, right? But then oftentimes what happens is we get the shadow aspects. We get something standing in front of our goal. And so it's like, oh, we're going to miss the mark, right? We're going to miss the mark if we can't go through this, if we have to go, but then we're going to go up. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Okay, that's sin. Sin is focusing your attention elsewhere from the thing that you desire, the passion, fire, the thing that lights you up. But instead, facing the shadow and allowing yourself to continue to go makes that shadow, like, I guess, transparent, not applicable to being a block, and thus you can be right get right to the goal. Anyway, so whatever that might mean for you, I'm gonna do the numbers here. Let's do the numbers. I felt like I had to speak that. Everything happens for a reason. And you know what? Like I said, no, actually, I maybe didn't say it. This is for entertainment purposes. I don't tell the future. You create your reality. There might be things that you find or hear today that you're like, this is complete BS. That's fine. It's no water under my bridge. I come on here. Some of you are interacting with me. Some of you come and go. You take what you will with it. You do what you will. Practice the things that you feel called to practice and see what shows up in your synchronicities, in those signs. That's the communication of God with your soul. Okay. So we have the words that are standing out here. We have corpse, body. This is very dung, manure, quench or to stamp out. There's like a lot of like heavy, like barren. And then we have the words secret or magical arts, sorceries, a stumbling block, an offense. That technically to me, that would be literally the word sin. What is this? Dalit Pei Yod. I'm going to just translate it here. Dalit Pei Yod. Blemish, fault, defect. That dofi is the word in the Hebrew. To me, that's what sin is. That's what we would call sin, is it not? Anyways, okay, I don't need to go all too much into that. I'll check it up after. So whatever it is that you are hoping to get to a point, like a passion or something that's lighting you up, Diana, Be willing to face the shadow. Be willing to like almost like what they say in the Buddhic practice, like make room for Mara, for tea. Invite Mara to tea. Invite that shadow. Invite the devil aspect, the thing you're scared about, with you in that meditation, the visualization practice, or in your everyday life. Because that's going to be something you're going to start to see. It's not going to stamp you out. You're going to actually decrease the intensity of that because it's meant to be there. This is part of sorcery. This is part of magic. The word sorcery might kind of leave some of you with like a little, oh, gross. But it's like there's something more empowering and bigger potential, in my opinion, when we can incorporate both light and dark energy. Some people are more open to it than others. But I can tell you, maybe it's just me being a mixed woman, black and white. My ancestry is like Norwegian, Scottish, and Nigerian. There is something about allowing both to come through so that we can be in our most powerful selves. So I'm not sure what it is you're manifesting right now or working towards, Diana. You keep it to you too. Like, that's one thing. Another thing, don't tell anyone. Don't even tell the people closest to you that you love. I didn't tell my kid until I had like the physical objects of tickets and things in my email box, or whatever. So I just want to speak to that. Let it manifest first. Keep the focus. Everyone's words and thoughts, their energy can like somehow maneuver things. Okay. So yeah, I feel that's all I have to say. Hi, Seaweed Witch. Oh, okay. Well, we might be able to do you. I have to go. Might pull you one card quickly because your name's cool. Oh, Kaylee, no, Kaylee, why are you coming on 2 notes? Okay, let's see what happens here. Electrical girl, though. Anyways, Diana, thank you for being here. Hope that makes sense. I feel like I went on a whole long segue. Did I miss the mark on that one? Probably. Anyways, Kayla, I assume you're going to ask for a card. You know I'll give you one, so. This is the problem, you guys. I can't say no. No, I can say no. It's also just fun. I get like a lot out of this, so thank you. Okay, electrical girl. Bull's going to speed it up. We're on electricity. Ooh, electrical girl. Friendship. Interesting how there's 2 arrows there. So do you have a conflict with a friendship right now, electrical girl? I think you're having an internal conflict or an internal conflict. You're being asked to shift your mindset, but you're also being asked to kind of shift maybe what this friendship is meant for you. I'm going to show you the cards, but I'm going to just pull one more. What else is electrical girl need to know? I feel like this is happening. You got the power card because you're being asked to step into your power. Like sometimes we have friends who are like super overbearing or like, anyways, I don't want to talk too much negative stuff, but I was having this kind of conversation with my child. It's like there's some people you got to learn to really be in your power and like say no. Fuck, I hate holding these cards. It's mirrored and it's confusing. But I feel like whatever is going on with this relationship, just like we pulled this for the collective, the shift card, there's something dawning. So even in the darkness, there's something new coming forward for you. And it's going to be a huge fertility because this is like the symbol of Hathor, the cow goddess. There's like nurturance, fertility, like of this abundance kind of energy. And I wonder what it would do for you to trust, to lay down almost the expectation of this person owing you something, electrical girl. Like, oh, this time and energy I put into this relationship, like, why won't they give it back to me? And like, you need to like surrender that if that's the case for you. Number 72. Let's check what 72 says. God is mighty, the weepers, dung, excrement. We got a lot of that shit going on today. The Adam Cadman again. This is the right arm. Ooh, which is interesting. To me, the right arm would be that arm of severity, the arm that's like a bit like, right? God is mighty. So there is a bit of this like energy of this like intensity that might need to come through. He understands, or he meaning God. So I guess for you, electrical girl, it's like no one else is going to know the truth about the situation of the relationship, even the other person. You are going to have your perception, they are going to have theirs, and you need to just trust that, like, whatever karmic hopes that you might have, like, that law of cause and exchange, or the law of cause and effect, what you put out comes back. That's between you and God, not between you and another person. Okay. Yeah. But I wonder, again, we got like a full moon energy here with the moon between the horns. There's something 15th again. I don't know, you guys, 15th of November, something here. I don't know. Is that an anniversary for you even, electrical girl? Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I wonder what wants to come of that. And sorry, I'm speeding these up, but I'm going to be off by no later than 9 o'clock. But I love how your name's Electrical Girl too, because you have like this dawning daybreak shift. And I'm seeing this really as like a toric field as well. And you have this power card. There's you hold a lot of power, I guess, is what I learned. You hold more power than you think. And it's evident even by the fact that you've chosen that as your like nickname on YouTube. Like, so can you draw that energy, that electricity through you? That electricity is spirit. Okay, I wanted to show you, you have the number 72, the God names, 72 names of God. There's something very powerful about that number in itself. So like tap into that. God is mighty. Shem Hamet Forash. I think they mean Shem Hamet Forash, but anyway. Alayel. Anyways, just reading words. Yes, okay. I appreciate you being here, electrical girl. All the best with whatever you decide to do within relationship. Yes, Kaylee, I got your name down. Okay. Seaweed Witch. That's so fun. I like that a lot. Ursula. Have you ever seen that movie, Descendants? I have a young girl, so if you haven't watched the movie Descendants, anyone here, like the Disney movies Descendants, I definitely recommend at least the first one. First and the second one. Like, I don't know, there's just something really fun about those movies. That it follows like the children. Maybe there's something here for you. It follows the children of the oh my god, the fire card again. It follows the children of the like bad guys in all the Disney movies, like Maleficent's daughter or whatever, and Aladdin's son, I think, and no, not Aladdin, Jafar's son. And oh, we got some of the same cards here. Okay, Seaweed Witch, I feel like for you, you have fire, you have boundaries, and you have karmic path. So these two cards came out for someone else earlier, so that's interesting. And we were talking a lot about Saturn, but you have the karmic path. What I was getting, even just with the fact of me having to talk about the Descendant movies, was like this idea of that you get to choose your own life path, but the relationships that you might be having with your parents is a karmic thing. It's karmic for you, but it's also karmic for them, okay? Like, we are our parents' greatest teachers, like, and in those movies, the whole concept is like, without saying too much, I guess, spoiler, is like the two kingdoms, the like good and the bad kingdoms. So all the bad people, evil characters are like on an island, and then they get invited to come over to join this high school that's really like a palace. I don't really know. It's just so silly, the whole concept. But like the reason for that is because the new prince is like, I feel like all those people that we've told ourselves are bad can actually be good, even though their parents were bad. And so then there's like all the story and like all the fun musical stuff and dance that happens to prove a point. But like those kids of these like, Maleficent and Cruella de Vil, or I don't know, whatever other bad characters are in the Disney movies, they become their own person. They set boundaries. They step into their power and they choose different than their parents. And I feel like that's something that's really wanting to show up for you. It might really be around your mother too, because we have Saturn. And again, that's the mother is Bina, the great mother, that bright sphere of severity. And if you have any type of like, I want to say, if you have like a Latino, is that the proper word? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure what the like politically correct phrase is for that. If you have anything tied to like South America, Latin America, Central America, like I feel like there's something here, this Jaguar energy. She wants to protect you. I have to go against my mom to live my life. Okay. Okay, I want to just recommend to you because I feel like, I don't know, you're not in LA by any chance. Sorry, you don't have to tell me, but if you are, and maybe even if you're not, I just feel like I'm supposed to tell you, what's her name? At 22 Teachings, which is where I do and have done like a lot of my learning, there's a lady there. I think she teaches Reiki, but her name, Yagua Madre Yagua or something like that. I don't know. You're from the Midwest, was supposed to move to Israel right before the war. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know. I feel like there's something there. I don't know. Maybe you want to just go to their website and look and see. I think she was hosting an event and it was like in person in LA. But it was tied to like ancestral stuff too. And I feel like, I don't know her. I've only met her online once. She must do like personal things too. I just feel like I'm supposed to tell you about that. Please don't hold me accountable for anything. But I gotta take my clothes off because I'm getting fucking hot now for some reason. She wants to protect me. Okay. Let's look up the numbers. I made a debt promise to myself, 9 o'clock. 8, 27. Let's see what the numbers say for you. 61. Oh, mothers. That's the thing, right? I mean, I have a kid. I want the best for my kid. All the parents in the Descendant movie, they wanted the best for their kids. Even if that meant destroying the kingdom so that they could take over it, so that their kids could have a better chance. There's a lot of words in the number 61. Possessor stands out. A ruler, a lord, a strong one. Oh, sometimes I get like all this energy moving in my sinuses when I do these things, you guys. It's weird. I, me, my, belly, womb. The innermost part is also the word, which means heart, which is interesting. Belly and womb kind of being tied with heart. Voluntary, free will offering. Dwelling, a home. Incline or bend. I feel like there's a lot of words here and things that are kind of tapped into like a power imbalance or a struggle. I want to invite you to Seaweed Witch if you didn't catch that fire breath at the beginning. I don't think you were here yet. Tapping into the fire breath could be really like alchemically cleansing and transmute energy. It might be something that you would do even when you're having interactions with your mother or with an energy that's like your mother. Because, if you don't look at it, I don't know if you're saying to me that you've like abandoned that energy, but like it's going to show up other ways then. Right? Like it's karmic. It's a cause and effect. There's a reason. Right? It's not like you did something bad, you deserve it. It's like so you can learn, right? That's what Saturn is. It's a teacher. And so the fire breath is inhaling to the count of 4, let's just say, or whatever length of time, holding it in for the count of 4, and then exhaling out for equal parts. So inhaling, holding, exhaling, and then inhaling again, holding in, exhaling out, and just continuing that. And you can do that. It's a simple breath because you could do it any time, right? If you're having an interaction with your mother or someone, and you're like, okay, I just need to like listen here. Because wasn't the word listen there? No, where was it? I thought I saw listen somewhere. Maybe it was someone else's. But the word to breathe is there. You know, it's like you can escape the confinements or prisons of the mind by using the breath. And that can kind of create a bit of this boundary. And also, from a scientific point of view, if you care about this, from the nervous system, is when we regulate ourselves, the mirror neurons in another individual next to us, their mirror neurons will start to mirror you and will start to regulate them. So the things, again, that your mother, whoever has dealt with, gone through in their life that maybe they haven't really been able to cope with, you know, that's just their path. Us bringing it back to the breath and just can help transmute and heal other people without them even knowing that we're doing anything, just simply by co-regulating the nervous system. So there's a lot of power within that, you know? Ooh, someone just shared about numbers. Hello, Aphrodite Illuminati Nova. Look at 61 as 6 and 1. 1 equalizing the vector scale, bringing karma into dharma. 1 universal order of organization, organizing something truly beautiful. 6 is the number of beauty. I like that. My mom is great, by the way, just holds me back out of her own fears. Our moms are great. No matter, I think, what they've done, there's like an aspect of that Bina energy. Yeah. Thank you, Aphrodite. Yeah, no, seriously, let's chime in. This is the point. We all look at the numbers in our own way, and I think that's amazing. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Enjoy the breath work. I told you the numbers. Yes, that's why we got 61. Thank you. Okay. Okay, last one. Kaylee, you're next. Then I'm going to go and be a mother to my child. So if you didn't get a chance to get cards pulled for you today, I'm sorry. Should have come earlier. We've been on here for almost 2 hours. But next week, Friday, November 1st, we will be pulling some more cards and tuning into the new moon energy. You got the full moon card, Kaylee. It's crazy how like some of the same cards come out for multiple people during these things. We really are like universally joined, you know? But yeah, next week, well, on Wednesday, we're going to do the Exploring the Tarot. We'll be diving into the Lover's card. If you missed any of the other, you're copying nothing on my printer. If you missed the last videos of what we just did, the Hierophant, you can check it out. Otherwise, the Friday live is going to be like more card pulls specifically and tuning into the next month's energy, the month of the Scorpio season. So you have full moon and you have safe travel. Kaylee, are you traveling somewhere? The 15th is that full moon. Oh, where'd it go? And you have the Psychic card. Ooh, and then I just got like this energy. Which I was like, well, are you traveling like in your astral world or something? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, you're going to Taylor Swift. Of course you would be. Oh, on the 15th. Is that? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, you have safe travels, but I feel like there's something here too for you to like tune into your seeing, your vision. Cause like I was just feeling up here like if you're getting like foresights about things, I guess. Oh my God, I said foreskin. Foresights about things. Really use your discernment to like pick up on what those might be and ways you can ensure this safe travel. Okay. And I'm seeing almost like this circular energy in between this compass. And like if you're in a room, if you're in a space, to be aware of all your directions, right? And you don't have to be like hyper vigilant. You just ask your body and your womb, your intuition to be on. It's interesting how we have the psychic as like this full moon in two. Like it's one that then becomes two to experience itself. So what's better if you're going with someone to have like both of you doing that, to be on with your like psychicness, so that offers even more of like an awareness. Ooh, I'm excited for you. Let's check the numbers. Oh, yours has been the highest one so far, 107. Okay. She goat. I don't know why that. It's interesting how she goat is also to admire. Idolatry, whoredoms, mistress, witch. Ooh, there's a lot of like energy words here around like feminine kind of being dark, which is interesting. Oh, and which, kind of interesting too. I want to just speak like with my kid, and we were talking about the Taylor Swift thing, and like my mom was there with us talking about mothers, and my kid's like in a happy, blissful state, and then my mom wants to like start telling her about how maybe horrible Taylor Swift. I don't even know. I actually just stopped the conversation. I said, "Not now. Like, I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what your view is about this girl who is like doing the things she loves, I assume, inspiring people, encouraging, bringing this sort of energy out into the world." And like, yeah, it was really interesting hearing my mother kind of wanting to bring this like negative like twist on it, like almost that like, oh, what a whore. Like, she didn't say these words. I don't think she would ever speak that, but like a whore, like it's a witch. It's like there's evil things going on. There was like this type of like energy like that, and that's not to say that sometimes these experiences can't be that we can't experience people who are dark or whatever the case might be, but it's like trust that like you're like tapped in to know the things that are safe or not safe for you, especially when you're traveling, when you're going about to the different places or experiencing, maybe you're going to be asked to explore something. Because I also was very much feeling like that Yasodian energy with like the magic, with the astral traveling, maybe it's like if you have ever done like DMT, you kind of like go out. Like there's something about that, like using the discernment about that, who you're with, where you're doing it, what you're, those types of things. But like you have to trust that you have the ability to keep yourself safe. What other words here? To move or hop about, to dance. I'm sure you'll be doing that. Flame, burning arrow, and to God. Oh, we have the word egg as well. I didn't notice that. And so I like how I just started reading all the words. Because have you ever seen that video of like, okay, I'm done now, by the way. It's 9:02. I'm going to get off. How like it started with like the point and then the circle and then the two circles and then the other. Like, I think it's called Spirit Science. They have a video about that. I wonder, it might be Spirit Science, Sacred Geometry. It's like a really old video with a cartoon guy. Maybe there's something there for you, Kaylee, to check out. I'm feeling it might be worth exploring if you have not already seen that. Whew. She's certainly a witch. I'm connecting with my dark feminine witch energy lately. It's really cool. Ooh, fun. Well, maybe there's something there. Yeah, this to me is that, and that womb space being the Yasodian crescent moon, that place where we can travel within that feminine power, There's a lot, I think, of potential there. Okay. Oh, okay. So much fun, you guys. So much fun. I need to go. It's 9:00. My kid needs to probably hang. I want to hang out with her too. So I'm going to do that. And thank you for being here. If you found any of this helpful, you want to leave a tip, you want to subscribe, you want to join the membership, feel free to do so. There's buttons you can hit join. And I don't know, I see super tip things all the time on there. Feel free. And if you're interested in diving more, maybe turning your shit into gold, you want to book a soul alchemy session with me, I invite you to head over to my website. I think the link is down below where you can go and book. Let's work together. Really, step into your power, to your magic, your truth. And yeah, I'm excited. Till the next time. Next week, I guess. Yeah. Thanks, Kaylee. We'll chat. I want to share things with you. Andrew Arcana, thank you again. I've been wanting to reread something about Adam Cadman. Sweet. Yeah, it's weird how that showed up a few times. Feel free to share what you learn as you continue on. I think we've DM'd before. Anyways, okay, you guys, take care. Have a great night.